There's strong evidence that She-Hulk is coming to the Avengers Doomsday movie, and that Tatiana Maslany's announcement was held back by the House of Mouse plus Marvel out of fear that she could be the next Snow White. Folks, sit tight because we've got an exclusive, and we're here to tell you there's far more to the Snow White box office drop-off and Marvel's hesitation to announce some stars, not because they'll be celebrated, but perhaps, unfortunately, hated. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we, as ever, endeavor to explain entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do, and we've done a scoop or two, maybe even a few in the past, and we're back at it again today, although those are seldomly done these days because there's simply so much news that it's hard to even get in a leak, a projection, all of that sort of stuff. Folks, as we dive into this one, consider clicking the like button, and let's get underway. It's out of that Park Place, and it says, exclusive. Plans exist for She-Hulk and others to appear in Avengers Doomsday. Now, there is some serious backing for this one. You might even say, folks, that there's stuff out there that lends major credibility to this. Unfortunately, we cannot put it on the screen. You're going to have to take our word for it for the most part, but if you've seen it, it's something to take to heart. We'll talk about it in a moment. A trusted source close to that Park Place has revealed what could be a major flashpoint in Marvel's upcoming Avengers film. According to our insider, Tatiana Maslany is currently planned to reprise her role as She-Hulk in Avengers Doomsday. Yes, the same divisive version from the Disney Plus series, along with the Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Star-Lord. The information comes to us from a third-party source and should be treated as rumor, and I'll add speculation. But if true, the backlash may be swift and severe. The development comes shortly after a cryptic social media exchange between Marvel Studios, Robert Downey Jr., and the Russo brothers seem to confirm that more cast announcements are coming. In response to the recent Avengers Doomsday cast photo reveal, Downey wrote on Instagram, "That's what you call a deep bench of talent. Actually, it's more like a rule, but an extra long one. That must be it, ... right?" Marvel then responded ominously with, "There's always room for more." And by the way, that was coordinated. You know it was coordinated. And the Russo brothers, again coordinated, added, "It's time." And now it seems that more might include the return of She-Hulk, one of the most controversial MCU characters in recent memory. Now, folks, why do we think that She-Hulk and others are likely in this beyond the source? Why are we willing to come forward with this even as we cannot confirm what the source is saying to us? Well, because there was a leak. And that leak has some very interesting properties to it. No, I'm not talking about a water leak. Don't call a plumber. Everything is fine here in the studio in somewhere sunny USA. But it might not be fine for the MCU. The leak involved a huge number of images that look to be high-level concept art, far beyond the capabilities of AI and far beyond the capabilities of a typical normal artist. The leak, again, involved a great number of images. Those images, by the way, suddenly and immediately, almost as soon as they had hit the internet, were gone. They did not see much sunlight, taken down. Websites refused to post them, including that Park Place where we're not going to post anything like that. We saw it because it was available for a short period of time, but we're not hosting it. We don't have it. Don't want it. And the reason for that is we think it might be real. And we saw images that featured She-Hulk in those images regarding what might be coming for Avengers. The She-Hulk series on Disney Plus was widely panned for its tone, message-heavy storytelling, and fourth-wall-breaking finale. In other words, it was rather like Snow White. And the question becomes, are they trying to avoid another Snow White catastrophe by holding back that She-Hulk could be in this one? Now, I've got another thought on this. We'll get to it in a moment. First of all, though, we got to say there are other characters that we believe are going to be in this. And by the way, common sense dictates that they will be. There's no way they're going to have the X-Men back with Professor X, Magneto, and Cyclops, and not have Wolverine. There is zero chance that Hugh Jackman does not appear in the Avengers movies, in our opinion. Also, Chris Pratt. You're telling me they're not going to have Star-Lord. Think again. And Tom Holland is the hottest thing with the MCU. You want a guarantee? Put Spidey in it. So Mark Ruffalo, Tom Holland, Hugh Jackman, Chris Pratt. likely to be in these movies. Now, I want to go down to where it talks about, I'm not sure it's in here. They had, here it is. It says, all four make sense given their popularity and past appearances. Ruffalo has been a mainstay since the Avengers, Holland remains a huge box office draw, and Jackman's return in Deadpool and Wolverine has reignited fan interest in the X-Men. Pratt's inclusion also lines up with the leaked concept art. Alleged leaked concept art, but it has been handled in a way as if it's real, which depicted Star-Lord and Vision, though our source didn't mention Paul Bettany by name. And I'll tell you another individual not named, and that is Jeremy Renner. But I myself have heard that Jeremy Renner will be in the Avengers. And it only makes sense. Can you imagine, after what he's been through, him not being included? And by the way, I'm not talking about Rachel Zegler and what she put him through. She put him through plenty. She's such a wonderful person. When you start naming off the people like Gina Carano and Jeremy Renner that she's attacked so viciously. Add Gal Gadot to the list. No, I'm talking about the injury that he suffered. Can you? And I can understand why they want to save that. And for those of you out there who say, why is Wesley Snipes not in it? What a huge thing. Well, he may be. They're not going to announce the things that are supposed to happen in the film that are supposed to cause the audience to cheer and rise up. One thing's for sure, though, they don't want to see another slip up along the lines of Snow White. They don't want to announce Tatiana Maslany if she's going to be in the movie. Now, I can't tell you for sure she's going to be in it. I can tell you that this source is saying that that's true. And I can tell you that she was in what we believe to be legitimately leaked concept art. I can also tell you we had nothing to do with the leak whatsoever. Didn't touch it. Don't want it. But it was online briefly, very briefly. And Tatiana Maslany's in it. Now, if you're Marvel, do you want to dumpster fire your next movie by including her in that list of chairs? So you got two options here, folks. You got two options in the cultural battle for Marvel. And Disney, by the way. You could fairly conclude, well, they don't have Tatiana Maslany in it because she is akin to Rachel Zegler. Okay, that's option number one. Option number two, she's in it, but they don't want to say so. And that would also be the same thing. They don't want to Rachel Zegler this. They also, though, remember that Disney wants to maintain a proper parity of gender representation. And those who have paid attention to that announcement noticed that a high propensity of the people announced for the Avengers movie are male. Now, do you think that they're going to allow, at Marvel, at Disney, for this to be mostly masculine? Yeah, I know some of you out there are thinking, oh goody, there's no Brie Larson, there's no Iman Vellani, there's no Tatiana Maslany. Well, what if there is? What if they are? What if they'll be there? But they fear the announcement of it. And so they're holding them back. They'll claim that they were supposed to all the time because it was supposed to be a big surprise. But the reality is they don't want what's happening here. It says Snow White remake expected to see significant second weekend drop off amid middling reviews. Jody Brown from CBR. I want to show you this. Look at this. Per Deadline, the Rachel Zegler-led Snow White reinterpretation's domestic box office return is projected to drop by 53%. Well, that comes from Anthony D'Alessandro over on Deadline, and I hate to give him a hard time, but I will. It's nonsense. It's total nonsense. You know how he derived a 53% drop? Not based on pre-ticket sales, not based on ticket sales, not based on surveys. He compared it to Cinderella. Yeah, a live-action movie from 10 years ago, which sold way more tickets than Snow White in the first weekend versus first weekend, but because of inflation, that's hidden. And so he compared it because the money looked similar when you don't account for inflation on the first weekend, and then concluded, despite cinema scores being so different, that it would perform like Cinderella. And then these other websites, there's tons of them, run this same story that it's projected to have a 53% drop. Well, there's just one problem. Media Play News has the reality coming out of Box Office Report. Now, what this has to do with Marvel is I want you to understand that Disney is looking at a disaster with Rachel Zegler. They know where they made mistakes. They know if they could have just kept her out of the news, this would have, oh darn it would have done so much better. And they know that. So they want Brie to be quiet. They want Tatiana Maslany tucked away. They want these female leads who have not led to great success to be behind the scenes as best as possible. Perhaps. Allegedly. Right? Speculation. But I think it's solid. Eric Grunwedel. I have that so wrong. Apologies, Eric. Has this article out of Media Play News, and it's based on the real stuff, not Anthony D'Alessandro making stuff up over on Deadline. And Anthony has a calculus for how Snow White's going to perform. It's just dumb. And I apologize again. I don't think Anthony is dumb, but we all make mistakes. And comparing Snow White to Cinderella, and that's how you conclude it's going to have a 53% drop, and then that's how all these news articles come out. That's dumb. It's D-U-M. Well, add a B. It's dumb. This one says Disney's live-action Snow White reboot is projected to generate more than $15 million at the weekend box office. Jeez Louise. Down more than 63%. Now, take a look at that. They call it 60% in the headline because it's really unpopular to post this. Disney doesn't like it. Hollywood celebrities don't like it. Execs don't like it. But 63% is the real number they're projecting. And what do we know from last weekend? It got worse. So this could get worse. By the way, the lower the amount you make in the first weekend, the harder it is to have a drop like this because there was already no money. So how do you drop a ton from something that wasn't a ton to begin with? That's the difficulty here. And so if you want to know why is Marvel running, hiding, scared of talking about She-Hulk, of talking about, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, is her name Phantom, Phase? I don't remember what the other one in the Marvels, I don't remember her name. I remember her character. I don't remember her name. Because I don't think they said it in the movie. Why are they not talking about, why are they not bragging up Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop appearing there? Well, that would give away Jeremy Renner for one. That's one thing. You know what? I would like, they should go ahead and announce Miss Steinfeld. She's excellent. Iman Vellani too. But the reason they're running away from Brie and from She-Hulk, not because they've learned a lesson that you'll like, not because you can count them out of the movie, but because they know, like Rivers of America at Magic Kingdom, they know that unpopular things should be held tightly, like cards you don't want played on the table, but they may play them anyway. Folks, that is the exclusive rumor/leak coming from the channel and from thatparkplace.com. If you're not yet bookmarked at thatparkplace.com, well, you should be. And folks, we've got more videos on the way. Another one tonight, TGIF. Ladies and gentlemen, get out there and have a wonderful time. Go be safe, go be fun, and go make the world a better place if you can at all. It's a great calling, and it would be greatly appreciated and needed in this world. On the way out the door, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, until the next time we have the honor and the joy of spending time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Clickbait, fraud, drama queen. Ugh, I wish there was a channel that was 5 to 6 minute news reads without the drama, frauds, and clickbait that could accurately let me know the current news, providing my crucial context utilizing all the different That Park Place contributors and creators.
Well, stupid, There is. It's the That Park Place YouTube channel, which will be going live real soon, so make sure you're subscribed so you can really stick it to the algorithms.
You're joking.
Nope.